The third part of my video is showing you how to properly cut an onion and tomato and celery. Start off with the onion. You want to make sure that all the outer layer is cut off. And while you're doing this, you have to make sure that the root is stayed on, or otherwise, the root right here, if you don't keep that on, the onion will fall apart and it'll be much harder to dice. And you want to trim off the front end of the onion to make sure there's no extra outer casings of the onion. And once you got that off, the one way to dice an onion is to cut along the different segments on each side, and by the time you get to the top, you'll have to reverse your cuts. All while you're doing this, make sure that your onion is kind of firm together so it's not like everywhere and falling apart. And if you cut the segments, you can just go along this way, and depending on the size, you can go smaller or larger. And then once you get to the root, you can slice little segments again. For the second part, I chose to use a serrated knife, but here is the tomato. First, you start off by cutting off the ends to get the little pits off, and then cutting in like about 1/4 of an inch for each section. It's a lot easier this way than opposed to using a regular standard knife. So it's much safer. Once you get to there, you're going to kind of repeat the same action as you would an onion, except it's you're holding it together without the root, obviously. And you can dice the onion, or dice the tomato fairly easy without having the risk of your hand slipping. And the final vegetable I chose to dice is a celery. Here's a stalk of celery. Prior to this, you would want to clean it out, which I did, so there's no dirt trapped along. And to start off, you need to trim the edges off, because those are the dirtier parts of the celery. And after that, you'd like to cut the celery in half or fourths, depending on how large the stalk of celery is. And then cut the celery into little strips to make it easier, or into dice-sized pieces. And then once you cut them into strips, just dice away. While you're dicing, it's best if you keep your knife down and have a sort of a rocking motion, so to prevent you from cutting yourself. And there's my demonstration speech. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to email me. Thanks.